I think essentially virtual reality is a three-dimensional computer-generated world in which one or more people can freely move around and interact. It's really as simple as that. It's very satisfying to make a place. I've been involved in movie projects, and that's a lot of fun too. But to me, this tops it all, because not only is it a completely new thing, but it's a beautiful thing, and it's got a lot of thought in it, and a sense of humor, a sense of drama and romance. It's a real rich place with a lot of depth and thought, and I'm very proud of that.
Virtual world is different from any traditional type of arcade or video game in that it's a network simulation. It's not a person against machine, but it's player against player, and we merely use a computer as an interface. So all of our simulations are with groups of 8 people, and each of the people interact with each other. It's either in games of competition or ones in which are cooperative. This is a form of entertainment which can be enjoyed by people of all cultures. In fact, we're in discussions now with people in Saudi Arabia, people in China, in Brazil, and everyone is very enthusiastic about interacting with other people. And ultimately, we will be networking the centers around the world so that 8 people in Hong Kong can compete or play with 8 people in Los Angeles.
Virtual World, I think the best phrase I've ever heard for it is the world's first digital theme park. It sums it up. It's a completely digital environment, and digital environment in this case means completely free of constraints. You're not on a track like you are at a theme park. You're not on a preset course like you are in a video game. You're in a computer-generated world, and you can go anywhere, do anything you want. Well, these cockpits contain over 100 controls, and all of them are active. And beginning players only need to deal with 2 of them, but advanced players actually use all 100 during the course of a game. They can use the foot pedals, joysticks, throttles, all of the buttons and readouts, switches, to tweak more and more performance out of the vehicle. Well, I think the experience you have at Virtual World is entirely different from really any other entertainment format. It's very different from a movie in that you're the hero of this. It's not passive. It's very different from an arcade game in that it was real. It happened. And it was social. It wasn't you and a screen and a joystick against some, computer algorithm. It was you meeting other people, outthinking other people. And that's very powerful. And this whole facility is really dedicated to the interaction between those people.
We knew that the cockpit we were going to design would have to work for many different types of vehicles, and we figured a battle mech was going to be the most complicated, so that would be the one we would start out with. And we also figured, because of the success of the board game, that we had, however large or small it was, we had a built-in audience of people who would want to play, Battletech, the virtual reality game. Well, it's a sad evolution. We started out in the business, and we spent a lot of our time playing games, playtesting a game, getting it ready for market. As the company became more and more of a business, we had less and less time to play the game. So there's a few-week window before the game is released to the public where the people in the office will be the best players in the world. But as soon as the game is out in the public, our time is limited.
Everything here has been created with one purpose in mind, to tell an entertaining story. What we feel we've created is a hub, a nexus as it were, the Virtual Geographic League. And from that hub we can send you off to the world of Red Planet, we can send you off to the world of Battletech, the world of Hull Pressure, or any of the other places that we are creating. What we do here is we tell a story, and it takes us about 30 minutes from the time you buy your ticket to the time your post-show is over to tell you the story that you are the star of. the story begins, and you become a part of that story when you purchase your ticket for the first time, and you become an associate member of the Virtual Geographic League in the Explorers Division. You become a pilot in our fiction. And as a part of that fiction, you are asked to choose a call sign. Just like all of our famous pilots, Amelia Earhart, Charles Lindbergh, Wiley Post, chose call signs for themselves, like Flying Blind, we ask our pilots to choose call signs too. So my call sign is Taz, Tim is Ganesh, Andrew is A Mess, Jordan is Whiz Kids. And these call signs really become a way that you take your first step into the story and your first step into the fiction.
I think it's cool. I mean, you know, it's obviously the wave of the future, these interactive games. I like Battletech. My son likes it because you get to kill guys, you know. Yeah, I mean, you feel, I mean, it's real dimensional, you know, and the fact that you play against other people instead of just the machine, and that's really the X factor. Wow, that was great! You know, I was told a few things, but I had no idea of the actual scope of this. I mean, this is the whole gestalt of this. I mean, even though I'm only in the pre-show for maybe 10, 15 seconds, I did months of training. I dug deep. I got into the Freeman Jack kind of persona. It was a very intense character study.
Oh, I loved it. Oh, I got involved. Oh, I think this is exciting. I mean, I think this would be this. I see people really getting involved in it. They may never go home and, you know, may never sleep or eat, but hey, that's the chance you have to take.
That's their problem.
Great. Oh yeah, it is their problem. Yeah, no, it's great. It's really amazing. I guess it's just the advancement of what's to come. It's very exciting. I'm glad I'm a part of that because I always thought I'd be left behind.